Recording in progress.
All right, hello. Hello. Welcome to a analysis for GBP, JPY. I'm sorry about my voice. My voice is a little scratchy, and I haven't done this already for like a month, which I'm a little disappointed in myself, but hey, we're here today, and hopefully we're here tomorrow. But all right, let's keep going. Today I'm gonna do a continuation of this trade ideas. The last one I did was in week 7, so I believe we're on week 11 at the end of Q1 going into Q2. As you can see, all of course we're looking at GJ, but we did have a nice little rally after we broke this monthly level that I have. And it went about 200 pips from 161.800, which was a significant rally. As you can see, it the GBP JPY has been acting accordingly to all these data releases that have been coming out lately. But as you could see, we're kind of still we're still pretty weak, in the micro of everything. Like especially when you zoom out, like we're still pretty weak. We did have some, some nice little bounces from these bottoms, breaking up under, breaking some levels, but it's failing to continue with volume. And I don't think it'll even break, this little area here to continue to this. But if we do break this area here, this area is marked out as a historical higher time frame level, which if I'm not mistaken, it's the all-time lows. So let's see. Yeah, these were the all-time lows that we had previously broke before we made obviously some new lows, and that was broken March 22nd. So it's already been a year, but we did see some extremely weak yen, hence why we've seen GJ, so bullish the last year and a half almost basically. See, let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, super bullish. Yeah, we've had the thing is with GJ, it's very, it's very volatile. So we go down, liquidate some orders, and then continue this bullish run. But I still see GJ bullish. Um, and that's what we're gonna be looking at now, trying to find some trade ideas that we could find, or that we could get into within these next couple sessions, or any intraday trades that could act in our favor would be nice. But with that being said, I'm gonna immediately go off of what happened last night. Last night we did this push, so I'm gonna immediately or find the 50% correction, which is something, it's basically the fib, So if it did 200 pips roughly, I'm looking for the 100 pip PPL or key level. So roughly like right around here are like some 50% levels. Damn it, I keep moving these levels. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while, but let's get the hang of it, right? I think any safe buys would be above this level here, showing that volume is present, and you would just have to wait for some price action confirms above this level of 163.8, which would be the safest buy. If you're looking for retracement buys, some levels that I'm looking at are these, right? Because I like to find historical data, right? So what does that mean is I like to see in the past where price reacts or fails to break or just doesn't get to. right? So like an obvious either, support or demand, however you want to call it. But I like to call it, uh, a price of interest, POI. And you could even say that this here was a level, but it's not too significant as when we broke it over here to this side. We finally went over. So this is about that 50% correction mark too, right? Where that where when we finally broke above this level, it came back down and it didn't reach this area until we broke it again. So this would be a nice area for it to collect some, liquidity and watching the lower time frame to see if you could catch some, some better intraday buys or swing trades or whatever you like to do. Um, But the next level I would look for buys is this here, is the area that we just showed how much price has denied or failed to break that level, which is 162.200. So that would be like I think it would be a little more higher risk, right? Because the only reason why it would be higher risk is because now uh you're in that seller's price, price order flow, right? Because now it's the volume is falling down to this area. So you don't want to initially buy as soon as it taps this area. You're gonna have to wait for those lower time frame confirms, those bullish engulfings, the the body closures over the level, making sure the minutes, the 5 minute, the 15-minute body closes, and also a significant lower time frame body. So like the 1 minute, make sure that 1 minute, yeah, it could be a bullish engulfing that last bearish, but it's a random minute on the 5 minute before the 30. Wait for that 30 minute or the 30 minute, wait for the hour closure, even if you're watching the 1 minute, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is something I definitely would be looking for right here. This is it, boys. Safest buys, of course, over 163.8. See if I can get that. Yeah, 163.8. Medium risk buys at 162.5. 162.2 is going to be our high risk. So I guess I'll write it real quick. Risk, right? Medium risk. Let's put that over here to the side. Safe risk. All right. So yeah, that's something I would be looking for. For JXY, just what I would be tuning in is watching those like the intraday movements, see if we could find anything significant breaking some levels, because I think the next level, the JXY needs to break to continue to show weakness, which would give us the confluence of buys, is breaking this 74.60 area. It's held pretty strong. I think obviously the next one would be right here at 72 flat, roughly. And then if we break under that, where we could fill something else, or fill this range to the last previous low. Right? So this would be the buys, right? Which would confluence for the GJ cells, which would transition our bias for GJs, right? For GJ. So if we see, GJ you know, coming to this area, but you see the JXY about to break here, wait for the confirms to see if we can break here, and maybe you can find the sells down, right? Because after, we break under 162.2, it's just going to be, we're not in the buys anymore, which would confluence if we were breaking above this 80.50 level. But now, if we do continue to get JXY weakness and we do break under this or the 74.50 area, we can see a fill of the range at least down to 72, which that little push to the downside on the JXY will continue to give us some more GJ buys, right? But the safest buys is breaking under here, right? For GJ at least, right? We break under 72 flat on the JXY, we're at least gonna come back down to some of these areas to the previous to the left over here, right? So yeah, that's that. That's what I have to say today. Try to make it nice and sweet. I probably should have done it a little faster, but yeah, that was week 10/11. I'll try to make one next week and let's see if this even plays out. I'll leave this here, by the way, just so we could see on the next time what happens and how it happened. All right, guys, I'll talk to you and I'll see you next time.